Now, I don't know who they are. I think I met her in the elevator. I think that was her. But this woman is like Bigfoot. She's like either Bigfoot or she's like a gorilla. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like her footsteps are like boom, 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 just walking around the apartment. Good morning, good morning. So today, I just want to share something. I went on YouTube yesterday. I was on YouTube yesterday, and one of the channels that I follow, nice, very nice woman. So she's out of work right now. She's out of work right now. She's been out of work for a while. Like, actually, she said she just crossed over a year with her being out of work. And, so she was just sharing her frustration, the job market, and just how the job market is not great for her right now in her field. So I was watching her video, and like, this is not the first video she's done on this subject. Honestly, it feels like every video lately has been on the same subject about how bad the job market is. And she is a woman, over 50, and just how bad the job market is. She's getting interviews, but they're not landing a job, and she feels like they're just fooling around. Like, she'll get the interview and then it won't be what she thought it was, and all. And I'm just listening, to her. I like her. I like her content. So I'm just listening. Not, no judgment or anything, because I don't know her. And, it sounds like she has some valid points. But last night when I was watching her, it was something in what she said. Oh, she said specifically, and why this stuck out to me, because I've done it. I've heard people do it. She said that she's not going to, like, okay, let's say she goes on an interview and they say, okay, they give her hope that they liked her. Like, she's not going to take that to mean anything until she actually gets an offer. And, I hear her. I truly do. I can sympathize with her and what she's saying. Like, she's, and I can also sympathize with what she's saying as far as, I kind of like keeping it real. Like, she's being realistic about her situation. She has no work for a year. I mean, she does do, side gigs, and obviously she's on YouTube. So, I guess she has other streams of income, but she wants a job in her field. And like I said, she's done several videos along this line. I mean, they're different. Each video is different, but it's basically saying the same thing, overall. So I'm listening to her, and like I said, I heard something in what she said that sounded very familiar, and it sounded like something I've said, when I was frustrated about a situation. And what I realize is that, and I just did a video. I don't know if it'll be out before this. It'll probably be out before this one. Just did a video on manifesting, and this is all connected. and this video right here is not critiquing this woman. Again, I get her. I like her. I like her videos. I like her content. I'm only making a point because I recognized it when I saw it in her video. Her conversation every day, all day, and I don't know this woman, but sounds like her conversation, because her conversation to her YouTube audience is that she ain't got no job, and she's trying to get a job, and she's struggling to get a job, and there are no jobs in her field, and the market is very different. And she also talks about the fact that she, again, she's over 50, and the people interviewing her are millennials, and and they haven't even been working half as long, or they just started working in this field, and she has years of experience. So, like, it's insulting. It's, quite frankly, it's insulting for her to be interviewed by them and then to be critiqued so much about her work. And I get that. I totally get it. But what she doesn't get, and what we don't get in general when we, I'm sorry, I'm hiding my nails because my nails really are, they're bad. They're really bad, and they need to be done. Anyway, what she doesn't get is that your conversation that you're having, like on a daily basis with random people, or with people you know, or with people you don't know, like YouTube, is what your conversation is. So unfortunately, you are manifesting the story. You're keeping the story going. And I know it seems like, no, you're not keeping the story going. It's real. This is real. But what you don't get is that, like, there's a whole nother world going on. And not to get too deep in this in this video, there's a physical where we see everything is happening here. But then there's the spiritual, and there's, let's just say there's the spiritual level. The spiritual level is what created the physical level. Like, everything we see here, like, I'm sitting in the parking lot making this video. I'm looking, there's cars in this parking lot, there's a truck, there's a store, there's a couple stores over here. All of this was created, well, when I say spiritual, I'm also talking about in your mind, in someone's mind. Someone's mind way back when created the car. Who was it? Was it Henry Ford? I could be totally wrong, but I know Henry Ford was one of the, he was one of the first people to bring out the car. I don't know if he was actually the inventor of the car. I feel like he was, but I don't know that for a fact. Don't quote me on that. But somebody created the car for the car to be here. Somebody created, I'm looking at some like row houses across the street from where I'm sitting. That was in somebody's mind, and somebody had the idea of creating these homes, and they're here. Somebody created the idea of having a store, and it's here. Everything that you see physically came from an idea. So I say that to say that when we don't see the things show up in our life, like, for example, the job that we want, the money in our bank account that we want, the relationship that we want, when we don't see those things show up in our life, we contribute to that. We had some contribution to that because of the thoughts that we are playing over and over and over and over in our mind. We're just looping it. It's just like when you watch the news and they tell you Like I live here in New Jersey, so the news, when we would turn on just our local news, or when we would turn on the regular news, we would get pretty much New York news. I mean, sure, if something major happened in New Jersey, they'd throw it in there. But if I turn on Channel 7, Eyewitness News, I was getting what was going on in New York. And if you're from this area, or you know anything about New York, New Jersey, two completely different areas. New York is a city, and New Jersey is a lot of suburban areas. I mean, sure, there's some cities in New Jersey, but a lot of it's suburban area, they're very close to each other, but two different worlds in some cases. Some cases not so much. But my point is, they would talk about murders and crazy stuff going on the subway, and just all this drama constantly anytime I turned on the news. And that was not my experience when I opened my front door or walked outside my house here in New Jersey. Again, not that New Jersey doesn't have its crime and its issues, but it wasn't the level of crime in New York City or in New York. So my point is, I was like, what is my point? My point is that news gets looped in your head. So if I'm someone that's just not aware, I'm living in New Jersey thinking, oh my God, there's going to be a murderer, in this parking lot. Because, it just gets looped in your head, and then you're paranoid everywhere, and you're, and you can't allow yourself to go there. So I'm trying to tie this all in. We have to be careful of the conversations that we're having. Even if our life is not where we want it to be, if we're not doing what we want to do, we're not making what we want to make, or we're not, if we can't find a job, or we can't, whatever. We have to be careful with what we're speaking out of our mouth, because we are perpetually creating that situation, or we're keeping it going. We're keeping the story going is what we're doing. I have a personal example of that. I moved into a new apartment recently, like 6 months ago, and it was great. It is great. It is great. When I first moved there, it's an apartment building. It's like it's a 55 plus community. It was very nice. Like when I first moved there, because it's brand new. So I'm sorry, I'm turning my heat up a little. The apartment wasn't fully occupied at all. Like it might have been a third occupied. So it felt like I lived there by myself. Like I never heard any neighbors. I never heard anything. It was just great. And I was like, wow, this is great. And so then, of course, slowly but surely, more people are moving in. So now, I don't know, but I feel like we're kind of at capacity, or close to capacity. So I'm on the second floor. It's a 3-floor building. It's not a garden style, but it's a 3-floor apartment building. I'm on the second floor. And so when I moved in, again, I didn't have anybody above me. I had someone below me, but I didn't have anybody above me. So again, it's great. So then someone moves above me. Now, I don't know who they are. I think I met her in the elevator. I think that was her. But this woman is like Bigfoot. She's like either Bigfoot or she's like a gorilla. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like her footsteps are like boom, 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 just walking around the apartment. And then, most of the apartment is carpeted. but I hear her dragging like what sounds like a chair. Like every day I would hear her dragging a chair in the kitchen area where there is, you know, some, you know, it's not carpeted. Like towel, I guess, you know, some form of towel. And she'd be dragging a chair, and it would just, the noise was unbearable. It was unbearable. And so every day I would, and now I did contact the my rental office, and you know, I kind of, like, she had just moved in, so I was like, I don't know if she's still like unpacking her stuff and just getting settled. So I don't want to really make a complaint yet, but I just want to let you know that something is up. And so they were very cool. They were like, well, if you know, like, we'll take note of you mentioned this today. If you do want to make a complaint, just let us know. You can put it in writing, or you can, you know, let us know. You can come back over and let us know. And then we will contact her and let her know, you know. And I was like, okay, but like, I just didn't want to rock the boat. I mean, everybody in the apartment is very, very nice. So I didn't want to rock the boat. But anyway, I say all this to say, let me get to the point. My conversation every day to everybody I saw, or all my friends, anybody that knew me, knew I was having this issue with this woman up above me. They knew it, because that was my conversation every day. Girl, let me tell you about my neighbor above me. You know, all somebody had to do was say hi to me. I could be in the bathroom at work. Girl, you know, I got this neighbor above me that is just driving me crazy, and and I would go on and on and on. And I recognized that that was my conversation, and like, that situation wasn't going to change until I changed. And I know that might sound, you know, like, if you haven't heard this kind of talk before, it might sound weird, because you're like, how would I have anything to do with her upstairs, like with her? But let me tell you what happened. Let me just cut to the chase and tell you what happened, because I'm dragging this out. I stopped talking about it. I just stopped talking about it, because it was like, I mean, because truly, what is the rental office going to do? They're going to contact her, and then is she really going to change? I mean, maybe not, or maybe she's going to make it, you know, because some people are just spiteful. Is it going to be worse? Because now she, you know, somebody's like paying attention. But I stopped talking about it, and I just went on with my life. And do you know, now I'm not saying it's totally like quiet like it was when I first moved there, but it has truly let up. Like, the whole boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was like it would sound like she was rolling on the floor and just stomping on the floor, and all kinds of, like, just all kinds of chaotic, like, movement up there. And it just, like, all came to, and she is home every single day. Every day. Because I work remote one day a week. She's home. I hear her. And you know, again, I'm in a 55 plus community, so some of the people are retired, you know, so they are home. Some of the people, you know, a lot of the people, most of the people do work, because I see them, you know, leave it out, you know, and whenever I've been sick or anything and I just stay home, you know, like half, a good portion of the parking lot is gone because they're working. But she's home every single day, all day. You know. Anyway, I stopped talking about her. I stopped having that in my conversation, in my vibration, and it stopped. Or it's normal. It's normal. Of course, You're going to hear your neighbor above you from time to time. You're going to hear them walking. You're going to hear them. And maybe it's a little more than normal because she's a heavy foot. She has a heavy, she has a heavy foot. But it doesn't feel as much as it was in the beginning because I totally just let it go, you know. Anyway, sorry to drag this video out so long. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. But stay safe. God bless.